What's up, Alberto here. This is the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. It's June 11th. I got all the latest news around the club. Yesterday, I told you Giuntoli wasn't going to waste time and he was going to look for answers immediately. Well, here we go. Today, we got some action in a couple of deals close and being at the final stages. And the first one is Douglas Luiz, all right? The player and Juve have an agreement on terms on a deal to 2029 at $4.5 million per season, okay? The counterparts, McKennie and Illing Jr., have been accepted by Aston Villa, and it is said that the players will also agree to join that club. Now, in terms of the financials on this deal, 65 million euros is what they are valuing Douglas Luiz at. Between McKennie and Illing Jr., they will account for 45 million euros towards this deal. Now, it is said that Juve is trying to negotiate somewhere around that 15 to 20 million euro mark on top of that. But in terms of this deal, this is still a big positive for Juve, even if there's that much cash on top of it. The reason why, McKennie and Illing Jr. on expiring contracts. McKennie stands us 5 million remaining, okay? You've got Illing Jr. that is practically pure profit. If you sell McKennie at around 25 or even 30 million euros, and then you get Illing Jr. for 15 or 20 million euros, whichever way you want to draw it up, it's going to be around 40 million euro in capital for Juve in this deal, and Luiz coming in, and then that 20 million on top again will go to this season's book. So for me, this is still a big positive. You're bringing in Luiz and you're bringing in significant capital onto the books, which we could use the rest of the way in the mercato. I am all for this move, all right? And we are at the final stages. Let's go. All eyes on this one getting wrapped up. Di Marzio says it could be happening in the next couple days. Wojciech Szczesny, that's the next deal that is at the final stages, all right? Apparently, he has agreed to a contract to 2026 at 20 million euro per season with Al Nassr. Wow. That's a lot of cigarettes, okay? So, incredible contract for Wojciech Szczesny there. Juve said to get 5 million on this one as well. And Cristiano Ronaldo, a key cog in trying to lure Wojciech Szczesny to Al Nassr. Ronaldo, thank you, sir. Okay, between Szczesny and Alexandro leaving Juve, that saves 23 million euros off the wage books going into this season, which is absolutely massive. All right, now we have negotiations coming up with Fede Chiesa. Does this assist Juve in maybe giving a little bit more to the player to finalize the deal? We will see, but I don't know if Giuntoli's going to budge, all right? But Szczesny, all signs are pointing to him wrapping things up with Al Nassr. And then, of course, it is a free path for Di Gregorio to join Juventus. Already has an agreement in place at a contract around 2 to 2.5 million per season with the player. And his obligation to purchase wouldn't kick in until February of the 24-25 season, okay? Now, Thiago Motta, that's the next piece of business getting finalized. Giuntoli in Portugal as we speak, meeting with Thiago Motta to finalize the signing. And then in the next few days, as expected all along, we should get the announcement of Thiago Motta, all right? Adrian Rabiot, Juve await the decision. But like I said, and like we're seeing now with these pieces of business, they're not going to wait for too long. Now, some are thinking that this Douglas Luiz deal starting to get to the final stages could mean that they have wiped the slate clean with Adrian Rabiot and are going this direction, but not necessarily, because several sources have stated that this Luiz deal is not necessarily an alternative to Adrian Rabiot, and Rabiot could very much still renew with Juve. The last we heard from Nico Schira, and this was about 3 days ago, he stated that after you get the Motta announcement within 48 hours, expect the Rabiot renewal unless things change dramatically. Have things changed dramatically? The last we heard, he wants another 7 million on top over that 3-year span for the contract. Let's see what happens, all right? Moise Kean teams are starting to get interested in this player. We've got Fiorentina, Parma, Bologna all coming back into the mix for the player. The problem is the €3 million wages. However, it is being reported that he would be willing to take a pay cut in order to start fresh at one of these clubs, all right? So Juve may be able to get rid of Moise Kean as they intend to. Not expecting any significant boost financially on this move, but for Juventus, it is just clearing the path for the next piece in the project, all right? Coop Miners, he has unfortunately suffered a groin injury, and unfortunate depending on how you look at it. Yes, it sucks for him and he is set to miss the Euros, but for Juventus, this means the price tag cannot increase, and selfishly, I am actually a little bit happy about that, all right? So Coop Miners, price won't be increasing. He is going to be out for the Euros, and still all the main sources saying he is the main target for Juventus. And again, going back to that Luiz deal and the capital that is coming in through that maneuver, hey, that could go a long way despite losing Illing Jr. in the Luiz deal, who could have been tied into the Atalanta move for Coop Miners. Well, that capital goes a long way, and now we can work alternatively, all right? Now, as far as Zaniolo goes, it's not a mercato without a Zaniolo offer to Juventus. He has been offered up through intermediaries at €15 million, but all reports suggest that Giuntoli prefers wingers like Greenwood, all right, to Zaniolo. So apparently, according to the reports, there is zero interest from Juve in Zaniolo, all right? Now, we got things starting to cook up and starting to get moving here, and we said it for a while now. Giuntoli wasn't going to waste time, and now we are seeing it, all right? Could we get some finalized deals this week? Quicker the better for Juve and Giuntoli. And now you've got Rabiot and you've got Chiesa. The latest is that Chiesa wants to wait for the end of the Euros before making any decision. Giuntoli and Juve will not wait until the end of the Euros. That's what I'm gathering. He wants to move, and he wants to move quickly. What's going to happen with Fede and Rabiot? Time will tell, but you guys know the drill. This is the end of the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the content, all right? But the best part, I got to hear from all of you how you feel on the news today. Let's mix it up in the comments. I'm back tomorrow as always. No matter what, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.